Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, July 2nd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a few things. Number one, the candlestick that you see over here will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos where the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Also, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. And then finally, if you don't see a stock but you'd like for me to do an analysis on it, just comment below and let me know what that is, and I'll do my best to do an analysis on that in a future video. So ticker symbol number one, MARA, very, very impressive move today. Huge breakout of what? Well, for quite a while, this price has been stuck in between this red and green line here. But you can see this morning, price came up here, got the break. This was all occurring on very, very solid volume, and the rest is history. So that's the overall context right in the middle of a bullish breakout here. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of those lines as they serve their purpose for now, and we can focus on some of the nearer term levels. So moving forward, the ideal level, I'm going to say, hey, Clay, let me change that to green to represent support. But if you say, hey, Clay, you know what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? And that would be if the price can stay there above 21.75. Now, with that being said, if the price falls below that level, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could manage to stay above there, that would certainly be a very impressive sign of strength moving forward. From the overarching standpoint, just keep an eye on that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average. Keyword being moving because I understand price is way up here, this line's way down there, so it's irrelevant. But as time goes by, that line's going to move itself higher and higher and get more and more relevant. So if you want to just envision that as an overall trend line being drawn for you, then that's a good way to look at it, because from an overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above that quote-unquote trend line, the overall trend is still plenty in the bull's favor. And then as far as areas of resistance are concerned, nothing fancy here, just a question of where did the party finally stop today, and that was right up there at about $22.87. So keep an eye on that, but overall, very, very solid day today. Next one, SNTI, and overall, good-looking chart. However, the last 30 minutes, as I speak right now, big red candle. So I don't want to say that's ruined the chart, because that's not quite the case, but it certainly kind of put a damper on things. But nonetheless, the key area of resistance still holds true, and that's going to be this whoops. Let's try. There we go. It's going to be this trend line right here. So you're going to want to watch that if this thing can turn itself around. No, there are no guarantees, but certainly more than plausible to think that if the price can come up here and get a break up through that level, that break right there in and of itself could create additional buying pressure. So if you're someone that likes breakouts, definitely keep an eye on that. As far as pullbacks are concerned, price is sort of in the middle of kind of no man's land right now. That was a former area of support, but that's been broken right there. So if you like to play pullbacks, then really you don't have anything until all the way down here at that purple line there. That doesn't mean that the price is going to go down there. It just means that if you are a pullback player, due to the nature of kind of the current status of things, there just really aren't any other areas of support until down around that 50-period moving average. So, that's where the 30-minute candle here kind of ruined the pullback player situation, because now they don't have a whole lot of choices. But like I said, if this thing does curl back upwards for you breakout players that like penny stocks, definitely keep an eye on that trend line. Next one, CSLR. Very interesting situation right now. Let me first just get the resistance in play. And we have, again, one of these trend lines right here. And what makes this all the more interesting is, yes, that's a very well-defined trend line, so got to think a lot of people are watching it. But also, look at what's going on now. Price is so far so good, finding some support at that pink line, which on my chart denotes the very well-known 200-period moving average. So that's not guaranteed to provide support and a bounce, but also it would not be shocking. I don't think it would catch anybody off guard that uses charts to say, oh, whoa, I didn't see a bounce off the 200-period moving average. You're not going to hear many technical traders say that. But right now, that's what you have going on. So really, it's just a question of, can this bounce, which is underway a little bit, gain enough power to get up to here and then break through it? And if it can break up through there, especially if it's a high volume break, then you could be looking at a nice little potential, I don't want to say return back up to those highs, but still a very quality move from a trading standpoint. So got the pullback. It's trying to bounce. Can this bounce eventually break through that well-defined resistance? We'll see what happens on Tuesday. And I'm not going to spend too much time here, because literally what we just talked about is still in play and pertains here. And it all goes back to that pink line, which you now know is the 200-period moving average. The price is not quite there, but you can see right now, very, very close to it. Current value of the 200-period moving average right there at about 25.20. So really, it's a very straightforward premise. Is the price going to go down here, and will it bounce? And it's really as straightforward as that. Again, technical traders, they've seen bounces off the 200 period moving average. Does not mean that it'll for sure happen, but it is by no means some sort of bizarre situation. In other words, there's a lot of logic, there's a lot of rationale that goes behind it. So, and this is, because of all the hoopla and headlines about this one, got to think that many more people are watching it. So do you get some sort of bounce off that level, which actually, now that I look at it, would be basically a double bottom too, because you have bottom one there, bottom two there. So is this a double bottom? Do you get the bounce off that level? We'll see what happens. And once again, the pink line here is going to play a big vital role. So let me get this mapped out here because it's actually kind of a double whammy. So whammy number one, which is what I talked about, so don't want to harp on it too much. You get the idea. The pink line there, 200 period moving average, you can see provide support, provided support, provided support. So that's whammy number one in terms of areas of support. The other one is just simply this leveling out area right here at about $2. And okay, that is an error. It was supposed to be NVDA. What we were just looking at was just NVD. So I apologize, but now we are looking at NVDA. So I saw the $2 mark. I thought, wait a minute. No. NVDA is way more than $2. So sorry, we were just looking at NVD. So if you are curious about NVD, well then just keep an eye on that 200 period moving average. But as far as NVDA, now we're talking about that. So I apologize for that, but I'm glad I caught it. And it's only Monday. That's scary. I mean, unacceptable on a Monday. But here we are, and this is going to mean more to those who have watched past videos. But if you have 122.80 has been a level that we've watched quite a bit as far as support, and it fell down below there the opening part of the day. Very nice recovery, and then look at this, went right back to acting as support as it's done in the past. So good sign there. So 122.80 is back to being an area of support. So continue to watch that, and that's going to be the level where if the price can hold above there, that's certainly going to make the chart look the healthiest and strongest moving forward. In terms of areas of resistance, 200 period moving average, more so kind of a level that I think's just kind of looming out there, and we'll see if the price can get up there. But actually, in the very near term, I'm going to use this line. Check out this level right here. Very, very annoying and stubborn right here at 124.80. Rejected, 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 rejected. So if 124.84, 85 is right around there, can be broken, that's a good thing, but also don't get too excited because not that far away, you do have that 200 period moving average as the next overarching area of resistance. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering here in a little while. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live webinar. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage there you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free webinar. Next one, TSLA Tesla. Pretty straightforward on this one, as there's a nice little pattern here that has formed. So let's get this mapped out. As far as areas of resistance, nothing fancy here. Just a question of where did the party finally stop for the bulls. That was basically up there right around $213.20, give or take a little bit. I mean, we're talking about a $200 stock. So fluctuations, 10 cents here, 10 cents there. That's perfectly fine. So we have that area as resistance. Then we have a nice little trend line right there as support, and then to make this pattern a bit easier to see. So we have resistance, we have support, we have the explosive move right there. For you golfers, let me try to make this a bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here. This would be known as a bull pennant pattern. So when you have well-defined patterns on very popular stocks such as Tesla, again, nothing is guaranteed, but it certainly makes it more than reasonable to think that if the price can consolidate out and then come up here and break through the top part of that pattern, that break in of itself could very realistically lead to that much more upside buying pressure. So if you like very popular stocks, you like bull pennant patterns, definitely keep an eye on Tesla. Next one here, PSNY, and very well-defined pattern again. So let's just get this drawn into play. No need to repeat myself because we do have another bull pennant. So we have a well-defined area of resistance up here. We have this area of support down there. And then just because I can't help myself, let's keep it one color to make it easier to see. So resistance, support, big move up, golf hole down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. The biggest difference here, I would just say this one's a penny stock. So maybe you don't like those higher price stocks such as Tesla. You prefer penny stocks, but you do like bull pennant patterns. Well, here you go with PSNY. And once again, we have another bull pennant, so I'm not going to sit here and explain everything. I just want to get it drawn into play. I want to respect your time as much as possible. So there's our resistance. There's our support. And then, just to make sure everybody sees it, resistance, support, big move up, golf hole down here. So another bull pennant pattern. So we have a higher price one such as Tesla. We have a sub $5 one here in NIO. And then we just had with PSNY a penny stock. So if you like bull pennants, you officially have a good variety that you can choose from regardless of whatever price range you like. Next one, OPTT. And I wish I could say I planned this, but I did not. But we have a classic example here of a bull pennant. So here's a bull pennant, very crudely drawn. But in this situation, the bull pennant has actually now been broken during the last 30 minutes here. So yes, if you do like to play breakouts, you did miss that potential trade. But we now have an interesting situation, and one that a lot of people like, myself included, is we get to ask a great question. That question being, okay, is this the start of something bigger? Now think about that question. If nothing worthwhile happens, then it makes no sense to say, is this the start of something bigger? Because, well, nothing's happened. But in this situation, something has happened. The breakouts occurred. So have the breakout. Now the question is, does this breakout lead to more momentum? Is this breakout just getting warmed up where this thing goes on a huge another move to the upside over the next couple of days? We'll see what happens with it. So yes, if you like to play the breakout, technically you miss this one. But if you're okay with missing the breakout and then you start to look for confirmation and continuation and you like those penny stocks, then this one fits those criteria very, very nicely. Next one here, TQQQ. And again, same general idea of what I just talked about. Something great has happened. What is this thing? Well, let me draw this trend line in a play that actually I could extend that out even more right there. I mean, look at that. Very boom, 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 boom. So multiple times price was rejected. But now look what happened this final 30 minutes as I speak on good volume. The breakout has occurred. So as I just said, for those of you that like to play the breakout, yes, you did miss that. But if you like to say, okay, breakout, is this the start of something even bigger? Here we go. And TQQQ, very, very popular ETF out there. So big movement right now. Big solid action. It's gotten through. Is this breakout just getting warmed up? Are the bulls just starting to regain their energy for another solid move back to the upside? Things are setting up for a very interesting Tuesday. So grab your popcorn, grab your Sour Patch Kids, and let's see if this is indeed the start of a much bigger breakout. I will get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, if you like what you saw here, then again, go get signed up for the free class. It'll be in a little while, Thursday, July 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So go get signed up, and it is live, so bring your questions. I'd be happy to answer them for you, and we can have a great discussion. Now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. We are now looking at the 4-hour time frame. So each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours instead of 30 minutes. And I like to do that because Bitcoin is open 24/7. So in order for this video to remain relevant for as long as possible, I just want to walk you through some questions using the 4-hour time frame. But overall, it was a great, great weekend because when I last did this, it was on that candle right there on Friday. And I had to say, is this the start of something bigger to the downside? That was a question going into the weekend. Is that the start of something bigger? And that is what we call a kind of a cruel joke on the bulls. They got the bearish hopes up, and then just like that, check it out. Quite the move back upwards, so much so that it's now up above that purple line there. So question number one to ask yourself when you're watching this, let's just say you're watching this 15, 20 hours after I upload it. Where is the price at relative to that purple line? As long as the price is above that purple line, then the chart's perfectly healthy as far as I'm concerned. Now, if you're saying, well, Clay, the price is actually down below that purple line, okay, is it still above 60,200? Even if it's still above there, I would say the chart's not quite as good looking as it could be, but it's still fine. Now, if you're somehow answering the question that the price is down below that level, then that'd be a very, very bad situation because that would imply that this whole move here has failed catastrophically to go all the way back to where it was and then even more. I highly doubt you're answering the question that the price is down below that level, but nonetheless. Now, if you're saying actually, Clay, the price is above that purple line, well, the next key battleground to watch now moving forward from resistance is going to be right here at 63,800. And if you're answering the question that the price is above 63,800, that's just telling you things are going great because that means the price come up here, it's broken out, and that's really all you can ask for from a bullish standpoint. So walk yourself through those questions, and that will keep this analysis relevant for as long as possible. As I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a crypto and Bitcoin trader because what you learn about in this class can and definitely should be used within your crypto and Bitcoin trading. So go get signed up. It'll be Thursday, July 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And like I said, it is live, so please bring your questions. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, do a couple things for me. Hit that like button. Leave a comment below. Like I said, if you have a request, put that down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get to it. So go get signed up for that free training. Hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.